Someone can check for Bob outside if they don't mind. If I don't, Marshals, can you check for Bob Willoughby outside? We'll go to Amy Nguyen. Oh, here it comes. There it.
What am I talking about? Oh, Manny, my friend. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's get this up here right quick, huh? Hey. Oh, I love this guy. He's great. Let's put that up there. Let's show this man. He's going to be on the police. I thought they pulled this from the agenda, but whether they did or not, this police officer is also was the president of the POA. He's put a lot of our money into these candidates sitting right up here, okay? A lot of money into candidates. In our District 5, he mailed out thousands of leaflets when I was running in District 5 with my name on there saying I was not recommended, but Gina Bibbins was, okay? But he didn't ask none of the candidates in District 5, no interviews. And I'll tell you what's wrong with our city. We have got to get the POA to stop buying candidates. If they take all that hundreds of thousands of dollars they give the candidates and put it into voter education and get people to know who they're voting for, and we get our right back to speak on this agenda again, because it's been taken away by these people, okay? You don't have a right to speak 3 minutes anymore down here. Anyway, I'm against him being on there, but you'll see they'll pass it no matter what. I've been down here for 10 years, and I learned after about 4 years, it's all a joke. It is. They do what they want to, like the redistrictizing or the bonds. I went to the early meetings each time around to see if we could make a change. No change. It didn't matter. When you caught them in a lie, it didn't change anything. It still just moved right on. So you learn how the system goes. FWDistrict5.com is my website. You can see videos. I back up what I say. And I get emails from people where these people have misled them. And it's not true. I'll tell you what, at the end of the day, we the people have the power. But when only 3% of the whole city votes to put Matty Park in, and only 2% of 100,000 people in District 5 puts Gina Bibbins in with 2,000 votes. 10 years in office only gets 2,000 votes. We're not getting notified. That's the whole thing in a war. They cut off your intermission. These are bad police. This is a bad police, and I'll tell you why. I have a bad report written by me by police, and I can't talk to them. They won't return a call. No one will talk to me. DA, Internal Affairs, or these people. So I can't know about this report. It has my name on there with lies on there. I mean lies. And no one will talk to you. Is that the city you want to live in? Anyway, well, I appreciate it. I like the vent when I get a chance. But I would not put him in, but they will. And you'll watch and see. They will vote him in. And he's a commissioner right now, too. That's his reward for all that money he gave these candidates. The POA, Firefighter Association, Star Telegram, if they would flip and help the people, we could turn this city around with their power. Instead, they're taking us down to a thug-like city. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Amy Nguyen, followed by Manuel Mata. Amy, are you here? No? Manuel Mata?
My name is Manuel Mata. I'm from Fort Worth, Texas, and I'm against this for 2 reasons. One, when I read it, it said resigned. Now, I have an issue with resigned, right? Because there is Officer Pritzer, Aaron Dean, John Romer, Courtney Johnson, a.k.a. Corey Johnson, were all allowed to resign from the Fort Worth Police Department, right? Now, this is an issue I have with, because if they're forced to resign, right, and it's 2 ways, because he did something wrong and they give him the opportunity to resign before they get in trouble or indicted, right? Or he had to resign to be on commissioner's court. So if anyone wants to clear that up for me, so I can understand it, and maybe people will understand why that's not an issue for any of y'all. Why this is even considered. Like, he has enough problems, he has enough issues to deal with in commissioner's court. Why would the chief of police need him? That's my question, right? And the other one is like, they already gave over $267 million to police officers this city. $267 million. And y'all stated that the crime went down 13%, then 10%. Which one is it? Which one is it? Because from what I understand, it's not even close to that. You know, so y'all can get up here and spit, you know, stuff that's not true, you know, because no one can tell y'all anything, right? But this has to be something that's not about y'all and those police officers. Because communities are up here telling y'all what's going on with certain officers in their community. And it's being ignored because they're controlled by the POA. And that's not cool, man. And all of y'all said that y'all took an oath for the people. That y'all took those seats for the people. Not for yourselves and not for each other. Because there has to be a time when y'all go back to being human. And have a heart. Because what we're dealing right now is robots. And that's not even something that people should consider as okay from the city. Because we need leaders that are going to stop this. That when people come up here and explain to y'all what they're going through with police officers in their area and their division, that y'all don't look down, look the other way. Because we come up here, a lot of people don't want to. Because they're intimidated. Because they feel that nothing is being heard, nothing is being done. So like I said, there has to be a time when all of y'all get off of that stuff they're on and have a heart and be human.
Thank you, Mr.
That's what we need.
That's the last of our speakers. Councilmember Bivens.
Stuff that's not true.
Yes, Mayor, could you have staff describe the role that is being considered?
Chief Noakes, if you don't mind coming down, thank you.
I think it would be good for clarity.
Mayor and Council, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to come up and speak about this. So, reserve officers are officers who leave in good standing with the Fort Worth Police Department, who decide, although they may have resigned or retired as full-time officers with the Fort Worth Police Department, that they still want to serve. It also includes members of the community who may not be able to commit to a full-time position and have other jobs, but they want to be able to serve the community of Fort Worth. And they do so by going through our Reserve Academy, completing all the training and being certified as reserve officers for the Fort Worth Police Department. We have officers assigned to various roles, such as patrol, intelligence department, and training based on their prior skills and training that they had prior to either resigning or retiring. We've had great success, and really in a time when law enforcement agencies across the country are struggling to fill positions, when we have good qualified people who want to serve and want to do the job for free, quite frankly, we take advantage of that opportunity.
I was going to ask you about pay.
There is no pay. They're not compensated with any kind of pay. They also don't accrue any kind of benefits or retirement. All that is taken care of before they separate from the city.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Any other questions for Chief Noakes, Council? Go ahead. Councilmember Nettles. Adrian, you can't speak from the audience. Thank you.
Disability would give him the work off duty. Is that correct?
I'm sorry, say that again?
Would disability give him the opportunity to work off duty?
Not for money.
Not for money. Thank you.
Any other questions, Council? Councilmember Williams.
Yes, thank you, Mayor, and thank you, Chief, for that explanation. The one question I may be for you or for legal, but I guess would this have any implications on the county side on any decisions that the Commissioner's Court would have to make on joint public safety initiatives? Would he have to recuse himself?
That's a very good question, Councilmember Williams. Actually, I've consulted with our city attorney's office about this very topic. As far as any conflict of interest on the county side, that would be up to their legal representatives to determine, but I've been assured that there are no conflicts of interest for the city of Fort Worth.
Thank you for that. And Leanne, feel free to chime in. I'm a bit unready to vote on this one, only because we don't know the implications on the county side as to whether or not it would have him, they would require him to recuse himself. And so I know the vote is here, but I wish we would know that so that we can make an informed vote.
I'll just affirm what Chief said. That's correct. There's no conflict on our side, and we're not sure of the conversations on the county side.
Thank you. Any other questions from Council? Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
You have more? Go ahead, Jared.
One more question. I'm okay with us voting tonight. So, if we proceed, that's totally fine. But if we could continue it, I would like to know what I'm voting on to make sure that we're not putting, county commissioner or tying his hands from voting on important safety initiatives that we may collaborate on. But however this body decides, I'll move forward.
Thank you, Jared. Any other questions or comments from council? If not, it feels like the body is ready to vote on this item tonight, unless anybody wants to speak up, and we can have a motion to continue vote first before we proceed on the item. No? Okay. With that, council, I think that concludes the commentary on this item. Please vote. I actually need a motion first. That would help. Motion and a second. Any other discussion, council? Please vote. Motion passes.
The next item, just to let everyone know, MNC 230381, that